What's up, Truth Team? So y'all been hitting me up like, yo, Mickey, when are you gonna do a Lil Durk update? And I'm like, well, I did the most recent update. Like, what are you talking about? So they're like, oh, did you check out Academics Live? So I'm like, okay, it's been a minute since I reacted to Academics. So with that being said, we're gonna react to Academics video that's titled Smirk Update. Academics share an update on Lil Durk's case and talks trial date move to 2025. So, y'all know sometimes academics don't be all the way accurate with how he explains things, but let's see. Maybe he has gotten better since he has started tapping in with paperwork. Okay, without further ado, let's get started.
We had Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
Available. So two things happened in the Durk case. They pushed back the Durk case. Before, it was tentatively scheduled for January. So his trial should have been started this month, which, come on, no one's going to be prepared for that. So they pushed it back to later this year. And what's happening now in the status hearings is that they're preparing to give Durk and his team discovery. Now, the discovery that he's going to be getting is going to be all the information about what they have on Durk. This is going to be very important. It's going to tell Durk's team how to prepare, how to maneuver, and shit. If they could do any, rabbit in a hat tricks to try to get whoever is cooperating to not cooperate, maybe they could do it now. But they got to
now academics. God damn, he was going good. Okay, but everybody gets the discovery. That's the whole reason why they had to sign that protective order. Okay. Now, I'm not even about to put in an atmosphere that that's what the discovery is going to be used for. Academics. Okay. God damn. Leave it there. Leave it to AKS to put some shit out in the atmosphere. Okay. Let's continue.
Turn over all the evidence to Durk. And according to the feds, they're saying that they have voluminous amount of information and data. I think they said terabytes of data, and also they have just so much stuff in terms of like investigation. And
I'm gonna tell y'all now, watch when this shit come out. It's gonna be a bunch of social media, a bunch of Instagram, all that. It's gonna be a bunch of that. Watch. Majority of it is going to be that. And I'm going to tell y'all why I feel that way, because reading back through the O-Block transcripts from their trial, it was a bunch of Instagram, a bunch of YouTube, and that's what's going to happen on this case also. Watch now. Remember, Mickey Truth told y'all, majority of that 20,000 or 20, I can't even remember the number, is going to be social media.
And material where they they interrogated witnesses. So listen to this real quick. I'll be back in give me a minute.
Accused of orchestrating a murder for hire plot to kill another rapper in retaliation for his longtime friend's murder, gets another setback in his case. Durk Banks, better known by his stage name Lil Durk, has been behind bars since October, accused of being the mastermind behind a plot to kill Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taekwon Bowman. Quando Rondo, along with his sister and cousin, were ambushed and shot at in Los Angeles, California in August of 2022. Quando Rondo and his sister survived.
All right, we done listen to it, okay? They ain't gave nothing new. How long is it going? Okay. I'm trying to listen to what academics putting out. All right, let's skip that to that part.
From there, Cavant Grant allegedly purchased 4 black ski masks from a sporting goods store, but used cash to pay. But seemingly messed up when he allegedly used another.
Did they give the update on? They probably didn't, right? Hold on.
Hearing of these alleged acts.
Attorney and former prosecutor Safa Robinson Ferrer orchestrates something terrible like this, that you might try a little harder to kind of cover your tracks.
They say cash is king. You know, when you use electronics and you use credit cards and things of that nature, you're leaving a paper trail all the time. You know, even when you use social media, you may.
All right, sorry, Chad.
I will. I'm gonna say this, right, and it's gonna be so far fetched, right? But while we're like, that was so dumb to use cards, right? I feel like the defense can make it like, being that it's so dumb, they can kind of maybe tweak it to be like to the jury, like, come on now, da 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 da. Now I know it's far fetched, and like, will the average person believe like, if we were planning on doing something, we wouldn't use the cards, right? So again, it's a reach, but is it a doable reach? I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all own one of the opinions on that. Let's keep going.
We'll just do a lot of chatting there. Okay, so this is what the feds are coming with, right? They're saying they have 230 gigabytes and about 20,000 pages of evidence against Durk and his co-defendants, and they're saying that it includes audio and video recordings and witness.
Okay, audio and video recordings can be YouTube videos. It can be Instagram lives, all of that. So don't get hung up. Even before I even hear what AKADEMIKS says, don't get hung up on the audio video. Okay.
Statements. Okay. Now it says the government is in process of producing discovery to the defense. So this is what Durk is going to get, which includes, among other things, approximately 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, such as audio/video recordings and surveillance footage, and approximately 20,000 pages of reports concerning murder and other violent acts, for photographs, witness statements, and medical documents. So that's what they're going to be providing to Durk and his team.
They about to soup up that case so good with things that's alleged to have done by people around him. Watch now. I'm telling you, they gonna listen. Ultimately, they're gonna try to bring a Rico in some way. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Illinois. And the reason why, and I know he's not charged with Rico yet, not trying to get him charged either, like putting in the atmosphere. But I keep telling y'all, just look back at how the BML Ricos came about, okay? Like, at the end of the day, Georgia didn't get a Meech. Cali didn't get Meech. Michigan got Meech, because that's where it started at. That's where it, started the organization. And that's why I say Illinois is going to be Dirk's pain in his ass. I'm just saying. That's my opinion, though. But let's keep going. And that's where most of the snitches are. So let's not forget the one snitch that they already kind of gave some description of is from Chicago. Come on now. Okay. That's gonna be Dirt's problem. That's gonna be OTL problem in Chicago. Illinois. I'm just gonna, because it's gonna be the state of Illinois, but we know Chicago. But let's keep going.
What's gonna be interesting, if you ask me, is gonna be the digital evidence, not necessarily surveillance, but it's gonna probably be, hey, this is an interview we did with confidential informant, this guy or this woman, and those people are implicating you. Those people are saying that they had a conversation with you.
Hey, I kind of thought he was going with like regular interviews, because they're going to definitely use that. Surveillance footage can be what they had to show the shooting of Lil Pab. Okay, so like, even though they put it in it, it's not saying they have so much of a boatload of all this surveillance video. And again, just to tie it back to the O Block case, remember how that footage came out, right? So I definitely think it's going to be informants. It's going to be CIs and all that. It's going to be statements. Will they actually see videos of these witnesses in like 4K? I don't know. So they can always just provide them the paperwork to it. So I don't know. But let's finish out what AKADEMIKS is saying, because
when you told them you'll pay them $40,000 to kill somebody, that's going to be important. And I think that's where Durk is going to figure out for the first time, yo, these are the people who have you dead to rights of you being.
I'm going to say this. I don't feel like they have anybody directly, like direct communication with Lil Durk confirming the money. And this is why I say that, because I feel like if they had that, he would have been on the first round of indictment, not just because he was trying to leave to go somewhere, right? I feel like if they had that to him, they would have already had it. And if they could lead the money back to him, Rico would have definitely came with it. Okay, because even the case in Chicago, they have somebody indirectly saying, "Yeah, I'm waiting on Durk coming in town." He was telling that to the other defendant, but they didn't show. Not saying they don't have it, but they didn't show like where Durk confirmed, "Hey, I'll be in town next week." I really feel like, although I still feel like Durk was too accessible to niggas, I feel like he wasn't that accessible to where he was talking with niggas on the phone on a daily besides his inner circle. So I feel like to get the dirt, you have to go through somebody else, right? So as long as those somebody else's stand solid, I think dirt will be all right. Now, if they do have the evidence showing it directly to dirt, then definitely more charges are coming.
In this murder for hire, right? They're the one who's going to be eventually, when you get to a trial, they're going to be sitting up on a, they're going to be testifying and say, no, Durk told me to book the flights for these guys to go kill him, right? So it would, for me, what matters is going to be.
I don't like that response, AKADEMIKS, because you're kind of alluding that co-conspirator 2, right? Was it co-conspirator 2 is corroborating, right? We don't know if any of the co-conspirators is corroborating. So like the illusion, and that's why I'm like, when people keep saying, well, this person can't be this person because they snitch. We don't know who's snitching. We don't know if any of the co-conspirators are snitching. Okay. So I ain't like that response. But that's just me. I ain't like it. Let's keep going.
It's not going to be the surveillance footage. It's going to be interviews. All these interviews, and also maybe any wiretap info that these guys have on Durk.
I kind of feel like the description is vague because in the past, when I review special federal cases, they'll say wiretap. They'll say, you know what I'm saying, witness recorded interviews. Like, I just feel like the vagueness, for one, they don't want to show their hand before it's time, but the vagueness in how they're describing what they have, just to me, feels like they don't have what we actually think they have. That's just to me. And again, compare it to the O Block case, okay? Compare it to BML. Just probably O Block is more recent. BML was a little while ago, but as far as the paperwork and the wording, that's just, my little unwanted opinion. Let's keep going.
So we'll see. But apparently it's a lot of discovery, which hold on one second. It's a lot of discovery. However, if it's ever a time that he's going to know who's telling on him, is going to be now, right? So, for example, if they have a wiretap, they have to provide it, right? If they don't turn over these things, what will happen is there's a potential, what we always, and I think we've just talked enough, like, criminal investigatory stuff, is there's a possible Brady violation, which means if you're not turning over, who knows? Say it's OTF Jam. We're not saying he's a snitch, but
listen, it's not no possible Brady violation. If they are withholding evidence that they're planning on using, that is a Brady violation for sure.
Let's say him, right? Say he did an interview and he said, nah, Durk did tell me to go kill blah, blah, blah. But then he said, nah, but he was joking though. He never really meant it. You got to turn over the whole interview. That at least Durk and his team to say, yeah, OTF Jam said I told him to go kill somebody, but then he later said in him interview, I was joking. So what are you talking about? So again, all of this is going to be really important in them gathering evidence to figure out what Durk, what could be proved against Durk in court. And I don't know, man. It's going to be kind of like very iffy. Anyway. Okay. All right.
All right. Shout out to AKADEMIKS. I'm going to be honest. That synopsis was all right. Okay. I mean, as far as I don't like what he's alluding to, because right now we don't have no proof of it. If it was some proof of it, it's different. But nevertheless, shout out to AKADEMIKS for that. And I really don't have too much of a disagreement and opinion about it. Like I said, I do feel like the case is probably not as strong as we think as of right now. Now, again, being held without bond, I mean, you just have to like prove certain conditions. That's not saying if the evidence is so overwhelming, he's going to be found guilty. Okay. So with that being said, that is the Durk update. Like I said, nothing has transpired since. It'll probably be a while before we actually start getting actual motions that we can see, because we're not going to get motions about discovery unless they do like some of the O-Block attorneys did and accidentally forget to seal the documents and we're able to pick it up. Okay. So it'll probably be like, I'm gonna be honest. The Lil Durk OTF situation, unless they start picking up more than it, okay, it's gonna be probably like stale until probably like the end of summer, because trial is in October. I remember with the O-Block case, I think it started popping about August, and then trial started with November. You know what I'm saying? So if we just follow that, unless some new charges come, new people get picked up. But I'm gonna be honest, OTF is laying low. Okay. Duty Low is actively pushing his music and stuff like that, pushing his collabs or whatever. Hell, Bezu done totally got off of Instagram. Like, he took down his page. And when like bands and all of them, they just play Durk's music. Like, nobody's really making no noise right now. As they should be quiet, right? Especially if you got any ties to anything, just shh. And they for sure don't need Buna to ever go live again and talk about anything, okay? Like, he told us not to talk about the family business. He shouldn't talk about the family business because, boy, that was a live, okay? And if you missed it, make sure you check out my video on it. With that being said, I am out. Let me know your unwanted opinions in the comments.
And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
This is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from.
Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina.